you crazy motherfuckers. Welcome back to another crazy quickie, whatever the fuck we're doing here tonight. I'm your host with your most. I'm the Reverend Cole with the lovely Tinkerbell Miss Amanda.
Tinkerbell?
Say hi.
Hi.
Well, you're
Tinkerbell was tinkle.
Tinkle. We're not tinkling anywhere, kids.
You think we've been drinking all day? Tinkerbell wears green.
That's true. Hey, but you know what? That leads us right into what we're going to talk about today.
What's
Halloween wasted. So obviously we haven't been drinking all day, and you can see if you had, think how much more of a clusterfuck that would have started off as. So we all know that Halloween is the swinger holiday, the holiday. Oh yeah. So we also all know it's pretty much standard. Very few people are going to sober Halloween parties. Maybe some are.
There's a few.
And you know what? God love you. But for the most part, most of us are probably going to go out and get fucking train wrecked on Halloween because we're dressed as something we're not. Obviously, I'm not actually a minister. And obviously, she's not actually a fairy. Kind of. Anyway, so we want to talk a little bit about drinking at Halloween and having fun, but also about being responsible. Right?
Yes.
Okay, so let's start with pre-Halloween party. We all know we all got a prime ahead of time, right? That's pretty big. Mm-hmm. So
it doesn't have to be.
It doesn't have to be, but so many people, the first thing is like people start doing shots and Jello shots and more shots and shotgunning beers. Remember, you want to be sober enough to make it to the party. Okay?
One of the first actual hotel Halloween parties that we went to, there was one guy that was so trashed. He didn't make it to the party before the party started.
That's right.
In fact, he was passed out in the hallway in his wife's unicorn costume.
That's right. Before the party even started. You remember the one we went to last year? The gal was dressed up as a princess. And they had just got down to the ballroom.
Yeah, because she tripped and fell into me.
Yeah, well, she just got to the ballroom to start when the party started. She was already so drunk, she was headed back up to her room. This was like at 7 o'clock. That is a really great way to shorten your Halloween.
The girl that tripped on her dress, was that Halloween?
That was Halloween because she was like
fell into the elevator.
She was like Little Red Riding Hood. She was more like Little Red fucking train wrecked.
Oh yeah,
she was hammered. It took her husband and the other couple that was supposed to get to play with them, to help get her back up into the room because she had to pass out and she was done dealing before the party even started.
Yes.
Okay, so when you're pre-party responsible, remember, you don't have to get all your alcohol in the first 10 minutes when you get there. So you want to, pace yourself. If you don't usually do shots, like we're kind of big drinkers, so we can maybe drink a little more. If you're partying with people like us, don't try to keep up with us. Remember how you drink. So if you don't usually do shots, don't just start doing like 75 shots. Just saying, that's probably a bad idea.
Bad idea.
Plus, let me tell you what, no matter how cool your costume is, if there's puke all down the front of it, you will not win any awards or prizes. Now, unless you go as puke. If your Halloween costume is puke.
Gross.
Or spoo. Just saying. Okay, so there's your first. Now, let's talk about when you're actually at the party itself. Okay. So again, remember, now if you're like me, how long does it take a shot of alcohol to affect me?
30 minutes.
Exactly. She can time it from the minute I take a drink to when it's going to hit me, 30 minutes.
So if he's already drunk and he goes, I want another one, I'll go, no.
That's when she goes and gets it for me. And ironically, it's weak because it's just pop.
It is.
But so, okay, when you're there, remember again, part of what you're there for is to talk and to socialize. I mean, you can have drinks, but remember those drinks you didn't drink in the pre-party that are still in your hotel room, they'll still be there.
There will be.
Okay. So if you're at a place that's a cash bar only, don't get caught with a flask. Just saying.
Yeah, no.
Don't get caught with a flask.
Frown upon that.
They will throw your ass right out of the party. So you want to keep that in mind. A lot of them, though, will let you go up and down, up and down. Sometimes you can save a lot of money at a Halloween party by going back and forth to your room.
You said up and down.
We do that a lot. We usually keep booze in the room up and down, up and down.
Not where I was going with that, but
well,
okay.
we do that too, unless we're too drunk. Just saying.
And that's happened before.
What? Nuh-uh. You have not lived. Sometimes we should put pictures up of like us in our Halloween costumes when we're just train wrecked.
No.
Because they look really, really funny. There's nothing like seeing the drunk priest there just like bloodshot out. Anyways.
No.
It is what it is. Okay. So then obviously the after party, that's pretty easy. But we do want to take a second to talk about some serious stuff with drinking at Halloween parties too. Right?
Yes, very much so.
Okay. So one of the things that we all know, and we all have to watch out for, is that as much as every party thrower, planner, whatever, does their best, we all do our best to protect people from being preyed upon and things like drinks being roofied, things along those lines. Here's the deal. At every big party, it does happen. Okay? It's almost impossible to avoid that. So obviously a couple things you need to do. Number one, be safe. Be safe with your drinks. If it is something that you buy the drinks at the bar, look, setting your drink down at a table, then walking off and leaving it and coming back to it, that's a recipe for disaster.
And I've done it.
We've all done it. Didn't even think about it. And here's the thing. This is guys and girls, because sometimes people will go through and roofie or drug drinks just because they think it's funny.
Yeah.
Sometimes they'll do it just to see who they catch. They don't know which drink it is, so they'll be watching people. Sometimes they specifically go after an individual person.
Right.
Okay, so you need to keep your drinks with you at all time. And obviously there's some really cool things out there product-wise. There's like some different straws, I believe, fingernail polish that you can use that can you dip in a drink that will alert. But here's the thing. If you don't want to spend the money, there's just simple things. Keep track of your drink. Or if you're going to have somebody watch your drink,
have it be someone you trust.
Have it be someone you know and you trust. Here's the thing. Know and trust. Not somebody you just met 2 hours ago or last week you've known them for an hour. Yeah. Okay? And if you're supposed to be watching somebody's drink, watch their actual drink. It is really, really important that you actually watch their drink because, look, it's really easy to just slip something in. It takes zero time. Let's talk about if you have it's a BYOB. We all do this too. Everybody brings their coolers down. They leave their coolers and making themselves drinks. You need to keep an eye on your stuff. Or you need to bring things that are individual, like cans or bottles that are just, you open it and you drink the whole thing at one time, like shooters. We've talked about bringing shooters for hard liquor. It's even the same in your room. If you have a bunch of people up in your room, in the hotel room at a party, you have to watch your drinks. You have to be responsible for that. So take the necessary precautions accordingly. The other thing that I say with this, if you see somebody doing something like this, you have a responsibility. Number one, you need to see who it was and you need to get to a party organizer ASAP and let them know so that they can take appropriate actions accordingly.
Very much so.
If somebody you're with all of a sudden starts acting really goofy for the amount of booze, we've had it. We're pretty sure that you and I have both have been drugged before. I'm a big drinker, and all of a sudden 3 drinks, and I can't remember anything. Couldn't hardly walk.
Yeah, that was like our first Halloween.
That was like our first Halloween party, and it's not because I'm so sexy. Somebody wanted to roofie me for that. I think
they did it to the whole room.
They did it to the whole room. Somebody thought it was cute. If somebody you're with is acting totally bizarre, the alcohol's. You've never seen alcohol have this kind of effect. That's something to watch. Be with them, stay with them, whatever. Think back to who was around there. Again, let your party organizer know right away. If your party organizer doesn't do anything about it. Now, obviously, when you throw a party and there's 700 people, for them, there's no way for them to find each individual person to go through and find it. But at least they can be on the lookout for it. If they know, or if you have suspicion that somebody, or you saw somebody do something like that. Number one, if you see somebody do something like that, don't let somebody take that fucking drink.
No.
Don't be a dick.
No.
Okay? But number two, make sure you immediately point out to the party planner who that person is. If the party person doesn't do anything about it, or their security, like sometimes we have security at our parties.
Right.
If the security doesn't, at that point in time, you may very well consider either police or something. Get an authority. That is not okay.
No.
People can die from that. And Halloween is a lot of fun. Getting fucked up on Halloween's a blast. Okay? I mean, it is.
It is.
It is what it is. Getting roofied on Halloween, that ain't cool.
You can have fun. Just be smart about it.
Just be smart. And the other thing, if you're going to be Halloween wasted, just remember your rules that you had when you were sober. Okay, because that can affect. Remember your protection. That can affect because your judgment impaired. Just it's okay to have fun, but just make sure you're still staying in control. Mm-hmm. So that's our Halloween tips for this week.
Yes.
This is awesome. I think we should wear this around all the time. All right. All right. That's it for another Kasbh.
Quickie.
No, it's a crazy quickie. For another crazy quickie. Why does everybody like a quickie?
Because they're short and sweet.
I forgot to say that to begin with.
That's okay.
That's it is. All right. So doing it the only way I know how, and the way. Oh, and don't forget. Oh yeah. Make sure you check the description. We need cue cards. In the description of this video, you're going to find all the different ways that you're going to be able to contact us, follow us, support us. And we'll have some links possibly to some of the other products that we talked about and different things. So check out our video. Did I get everything this time? Pretty sure? We're good? Good? Okay. Whatever. All right. So doing it the only way I know how, the only fucking way I want to, Kasbh style, out.
Bye.